I'm breaking down the brands that are selling right now that are specifically hot in the fall and the winter. And then stick around to the end. I'm going to share 5 brands that no matter the style, the category, I don't care if it was given to me for free, I would not touch. Let's jump into it. Remember, friends, brands is just one piece of the puzzle. There are so many other puzzle pieces that matter when you're trying to resell things for a profit. Seasonality, style, cost of goods, all of that is very important. So I might mention a brand that you're like, I would never resell that. Keep that in mind. I might be able to get that item for $1 where you might have to pay $15, $20. I might live somewhere, well, I do live somewhere where it is very warm a lot of the year. So all of those things matter. Just keep that in mind, that branding is just one piece of the puzzle. In these videos, I try to get very, very specific about the items that are selling. So I'm not just going to say free people. Like, I'm going to tell you free people, dresses, chunky sweaters, new with the tags. Okay, so just keep all of that in mind. This is just one piece of the puzzle. Disclaimer over. Number 1, Coach. I've been talking about Coach in all of my brand videos. If you're new here, I've done these brand videos a lot over the last year. I'll link some down below. And Coach, we all know, has had a revival, especially I feel like, I keep saying I feel like, I've actually been reading articles that are studying how popular now they are with Gen Z. I've told you all, in my opinion, Coach has never gone out of style. I've never stopped carrying Coach, but specifically the Coach that is selling quickly and for top dollar, here's the categories within that brand. Leather Coach, newer pieces if you can get it for a deal. I even can't find those for a deal. They're very expensive. I feel like Coach is moving out of mid-range and going into like higher end mid-range. I don't know what you call that. Like, there's not Coach bags for thousands of dollars, but I mean, there's Coach bags for close to 1,000. I don't know, maybe there are for thousands, but they're getting up there. Okay, so the newer styles, obviously, if you can find those, but as resellers, a lot of us are selling. I have mentioned to you all many times that I just got into reselling boutique clothing. So a lot of people say, Nikki, what are you talking about when you say boutique clothing? I mean, I am buying the clothing directly from the brand, the manufacturer. I'm buying it in bulk. So like, I'm buying a pre-pack, like these pants. They came in a pack of 6. I got 2 small, 2 medium, 2 larges. I got it directly from this brand. We're going to talk about this brand in a minute. And then I resold them on Poshmark. Like 90% of these sold on Poshmark. There are some boutique brands, friends, that are absolute garbage. I am not going to lie to you. You have to filter through so many of them. And I don't talk about them that much because a lot of these brands, in order to buy directly from them, you do need your reseller's certificate. You have to look for it in your state. Just search. Different states call it different things. In California, they call it the reseller's permit or certificate. Just Google it. It's usually free or like really affordable to get. In California, it was so easy. I talk about this a lot. You do it online. I even had to call them because I was like, what is this? How do I log in? They were so helpful, which for California, any of you that have ever had to call any government agency, I feel like you're on hold for hours. They answered the phone right away. So if they're really friendly in California, maybe it'll be really easy in your state. But a lot of these brands, especially the high quality ones, are going to require you to have a reseller's permit or certificate to order from them in the first place. Like, you can't just go to their website and start ordering. Not all of them. Some of them you can. There is this one site called Faire. It's FAIRE, that is like a marketplace of all boutique brands, like brands that sell wreaths, brands that sell mugs, pens, clothing. And I'm trying to think, does Faire require you to have a reseller's permit to get in? I don't think they did. When I signed up years ago for Faire, I didn't have to have a reseller's permit. So that might be a workaround to order from some of these brands, because if you join a marketplace that doesn't require the certificate, then you can get access to these brands. So that's what I mean when I say wholesale. I really started getting into it in 2024. So last year. I've sold wholesale before, but I really have ramped it up. Like, currently in my Poshmark closet, I probably have about 200 boutique clothing pieces. And this has been one of the best selling brands, the fastest selling brands. It's called 3 Bird Nest. I know that sounds weird because you want to say birds. Like for so long, I was calling it Three Birds Nest. This is a very, very good quality boutique brand. They are very expensive. Like to get these pants from them wholesale per piece, I had to pay 20. I think they were going to charge me like $30 a piece, but I went because I am very aggressive and I went to their factory because I looked up the address and I was like, excuse me, if I buy 100 of these, can I get a discount? Some of these boutique clothing brands, I feel bad because they get a bad rap because some people just think of boutique clothing as like all crap, not well made, but there are some that are very expensive to get wholesale, and boutiques sell these pants. She was telling me, well, like we have boutiques that sell these for like $90. I think they make most of their stuff in America and Mexico. And they do a lot. This is 100% cotton. They do a lot of cotton pieces, a lot of linen. So it's very expensive. Anyways, I worked out a deal. Thank God. I ended up, because I bought so many, ended up being able to get these pants for $8 a piece, down from like 25 or 30, whatever crazy price she was going to charge me. So I will tell you that shoot your shot with these boutique brands. For those of you that are boutique sellers, I know some of you are, or you're interested in getting involved in it. If you are interested in a like boutique 101 video, I'm going to tell you, I'm not an expert. I've only really been doing it for about a year and a half, but I could do a video on like the basics of it. But I will say, shoot your shot, email them. I don't recommend going to their warehouse. I think I took them aback. I had to like wait for a manager, but you know what? The squeaky wheel gets the grease, whatever. I think that's how it goes. And I worked out a great deal. So anyways, I ended up getting different variations of these pants. I had 100. I'm down to my last two. I just did this deal 3 months ago. Okay. So I sold a ton of them on live sales for a minimum of like $30 to $40. I want to say like 80% of these I sold on Poshmark live sales, listed, and also, what else did I do? Whatnot. I sold like 10 on Whatnot for over $50. So eBay, like this brand is a brand to know. Okay. And I am now just realizing that I have passed this brand so often at the thrift store because their tag doesn't look like very, like an expensive high-end tag. But I just I remember seeing this brand tag so much and I would just pass it. And it is a very hot boutique brand right now. This is one of those brands that I would say, honestly, you could pick up anything, especially if you find it in a thrift. Even if it's December and you find a dress, just because this brand is so expensive and then boutiques mark it up 3 times that, I would pick it up, friends.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Good old Kate Spade. Kate Spade coats, Kate Spade dresses, Kate Spade purses. Always check comps. Usually not a brand I'm going to pay more than $10 for unless I'm doing like retail arbitrage or something. I've mentioned this tip before that Kate Spade has an online outlet. So if you don't have a way to get Kate Spade near you, they have an online, it's not called an outlet, is it? I think it is. It's called like Kate Spade Outlet, and they do huge sales, huge, and you can flip that stuff on. I do the best selling it on Poshmark and ThredUp. Just be careful, check comps, friends, because not everything is worth paying up for, but it's pretty easy these days to get Kate Spade at a discounted price and flip it. I still pick it up. I literally today just sold this Kate Spade coat that I paid $5 for. And she kind of lowballed me. I had it listed at, what did I have this listed at? My phone's taking forever. I had it listed at, I think it was like 55, and then she offered like 25, and I was like, no. And then I came back. Anyways, it ended up selling for $32. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you can find it for not too expensive, especially the clothing, try to stick to more substantial pieces. Like I wouldn't pick up like a shirt, like a t-shirt, but like dresses, coats, certain handbags, look it up. It can still do really well. And I always like have to take up for Kate Spade because so many of my reselling friends are like, I would never sell Kate Spade. Like, gross. No, it just doesn't move for me. I'm like, okay, just keep on passing that by and let me pick that up. This one might be a shocker to you, Calvin Klein. I don't even need to show you a close-up of this tag. I have been smashing it selling Calvin Klein suits and dresses. I don't know what's going on, but I have been sourcing a ton of it at the Goodwill outlet, and I am sourcing mostly plus size. So size 14 and up. Like I got this two-piece suit. This is a size 14 two-piece suit. I got the entire suit on $2 day here. I am so aware, friends, that I'm very lucky that we still have some great sales at our thrift stores. So in Southern California, well, I shouldn't say Southern California, because the thrift stores are broken up into like different districts kind of. But in the Los Angeles area, we still have $2 day where I can score things like this, like a two-piece full suit that looks like it's never been worn for $2. And I just sold a Calvin Klein dress on ThredUp. I got paid out $30. I paid $2 for this suit. I can probably get like $50 to $70. I haven't sold a full Calvin Klein suit in a long time. I'm going to list that myself, so I'll keep you posted. But especially on ThredUp and eBay, I don't know what's going on. I haven't, like when I first started my reselling career, I used to sell a ton of Calvin Klein. I'm talking like 12, 15 years ago. Such a random number that I chose. But yeah, like early on, like 10 plus years ago, and then it just fell off. But the plus size Calvin Klein, so I've been sticking to dresses specifically, but I'm going to try that. I couldn't pass up a two-piece suit in basically new condition for $2. Dickies is another brand I don't pick up unless the price is right. I also paid $2 for these. I cannot stress this enough. I'm going to keep mentioning this in this video. It's not just the brand, friends. It's more than one factor. So I know this is a brand's video, but also consider how much you have to pay for that brand. Can you get it for a decent enough price to make a profit? Are you comfortable listing things and only making a $20, $30 profit? I am. I used to be comfortable, especially when I just got started, making a $15 or $10 profit. I now shoot for a minimum of $20, but because I can get these new with tags Dickies for $2 on $2 day, I am happy to pick these up. And they're a size 15, 32 skinny. So yeah. Now, I am going to show you a couple like lines from Ralph Lauren. Most of these are vintage. I posted on Instagram that Ralph Lauren and Banana Republic are my top 10 selling brands of 2025. They are just bread and butter for me, even the vintage pieces. So let me show you this tag up close. And they are in amazing condition to be vintage. I'm pretty sure these are like older than I am. Wink, wink. No, I think they actually are older than I am. And they're in amazing condition. And I love selling Ralph Lauren. I almost pick up anything. I'm trying to think, like, is that true? But I want to say in 2025, almost any Ralph Lauren I find that is in decent condition, I'm picking it up because the vintage pieces are selling. The petite sizes are selling, the plus sizes are selling, the current pieces are selling, like all of it's doing really well for me. So it's just a classic, I feel like timeless brand that's known for their quality. And Mr. Lauren, or Lauren, as some of us Americans always say, has been, I just watched, I'm not into watching runway shows, but I just watched some of their runway shows. From the most recent fashion week, wherever it was, probably New York, I don't know, and it was really cool. So here's another one. This is Ralph Lauren Petite. If you didn't know, Ralph Lauren has a ton of lines. I actually did a newsletter on it, one of my weekly newsletters, and I broke down all of the brands from Ralph Lauren. I'm trying to remember, I think Ralph Lauren like Chaps is even like a diffusion of Ralph Lauren. So anytime I find like vintage pieces like these, and I love finding petite sizes, tall sizes, plus sizes, because those people have trouble finding good quality clothing in their size in the store, or if they find it, it is very expensive. Ralph Lauren's prices have been going up and up. So I love carrying it in my store because they usually sell pretty quickly. Like these just basic black slacks, because they're wool, they're petite. They're a larger size for petite, and they're in great condition. And I can't remember, these I did list, I did look them up. I think they might, I don't know if these are vintage, but this will be an easy like $30 flip for me, friends, maybe more, because I paid $2 for those. So keep saying it. It's not just about brand, it's also how much you pay and how much profit you need to make. Lucky brand. This is a brand that many of my reselling friends do not pick up anymore, but when I find it in like a size 8 and up, and I can get it for less than $5, I pick it up. And we are entering fall. Well, it's fall now. It's fall, winter, camo. I see people wear camo year round, but these are a size 12, 31. They're cargo, very trendy, and every fall and winter camo comes back in. So good bread and butter brand for me. All Saints is one made in India, beautiful maxi dress. It's more like a midi dress. All Saints is one of those brands that retails for a ton and the resale is just all over the place. Definitely check comps. I really prefer selling All Saints men's items, especially if you can find their leather jackets. I once sold an All Saints leather jacket that I got for $20. I sold it for over $500. Their leather is timeless, and a lot of it can be unisex. And it's very, very, very expensive retail. Like some of them are over $1,000. But the jeans, the dresses can still do well. Just check sell-through rate. Like this will probably sit for a while, but All Saints is one of those brands that can sit for like a year and then you'll get a full price sale for like 60, $70. So, or randomly the right buyer just comes along and buys it in a week. So I still pick it up if I can find it for a good deal. Banana Republic, and this is not Banana Republic Factory, this is Banana Republic the store. This is a size 12 blazer, pinstriped. It's got very tiny shoulder pads and it's in perfect condition. Banana Republic, J. Crew, Ralph Lauren, like I said, all of those top 10 selling brands for me this year, and I love that because I can find it for such a good deal. Those three brands where I live, I find every single time I go thrifting. I don't pick them all up, especially like the J. Crew and the Old Navy. A lot of it I find is not in the greatest condition or they're super old pieces. The thing I love about the J. Crew and Banana Republic is that on the tag, usually attached to the material tag and the care tag, it'll tell you when this came out. And this one, it'll say like fall 23 or fall 02. And this one came out in fall of 24. So this is very current. And it's a size 12. Great condition. So I love that J. Crew, because the older pieces I just won't pick up. I try to stick to the pieces that have come out within like the last 5 to 6 years because they just sell faster. If you find an older piece, it can sell, but their core buyers, they know, you know, they look at those tags if you take photos of them and they know what's more recent, and that's what's going to sell faster. So I even sell Banana Republic Factory and J. Crew Factory. The way you can tell is if it has like the 3 little dots under the brand tag, then you know it's the factory. But some of that stuff, especially if it's more recent too, that can sell pretty quickly too. But just be careful because that store obviously is like a discount store of their traditional store, so that stuff doesn't retail for as much. So just be careful, okay? Like I don't pay up for it unless you check comps and it's like a hot selling item, but I traditionally will sell more of the retail store stuff, and it's very easy to tell because like I said, the 3 dots under the brand tag. This is a newer to me brand off Mercer. Let me show you the brand tag. This is a size 8 and it was made in New York. This brand is known for their dresses. Look it up. Their dresses can retail for quite a bit. I am hoping to get like 60, 70, maybe more for this dress. I didn't check sold comps when I picked it up, but then when I got home I checked and I couldn't find this exact dress in a purple and a size 8 that sold, but I found a dress similar to this that was a size 10 that sold for 60, and I found one that was a size 6 that sold for 80. So I will keep you posted, and that is in perfect condition. Here's another Ralph Lauren brand. There are so many brands within the Ralph Lauren, under the Ralph Lauren umbrella. This one is LR, so it's L-RL. I'll show you up close. Lauren Active Ralph Lauren. And this one is vintage, 100% cotton. It is pink. It is soft and stretchy. It's 100% natural fabric. It has the zip. I am fighting to not keep this. I might actually keep it. I did try it on, and it's my size. It's the size medium. I'm probably going to keep this, you guys. It's so soft and stretchy, and I love wearing bright colors in the winter because no one's really doing that. And it makes me sad with my seasonal depression to just see gray. And so I just like put on bright colors and feel like it's summer and spring again, while all you fall pumpkin people are having your pumpkin spice lattes. I'm just walking around in bright pink turtlenecks and white pants, just trying to get through my seasonal depression. Let's talk about some brands I'm not picking up as much anymore. Everlane. I don't know, when I first started this YouTube channel, every reseller was talking about Everlane and how they were smashing it, selling Everlane. I've never had much luck with it. I just sold this Everlane corduroy shirt. This was a really nice shirt. I should have just kept it. I paid $2 for it, and someone's sent me an offer for $18, and it's only been listed for 6 months, but that's literally the only Everlane piece I've sold this year, and I have quite a bit of it. So I don't know, and I'm picking up the more current, recent pieces that have come out within the last couple of years. It just does not move for me. It has become very saturated on both Poshmark and eBay, so that's just a brand that even for $2, I don't think I'm going to be listing myself. Maybe I'll send it to ThredUp, but I don't even know that that is worth it right now. So I don't know. I've changed my tune on Everlane. I used to be so excited to find it, but it just does not move for me. So if any of you have experienced that, let me know in the comments down below.
Forever 21 is literally a brand you could give to me for free and I would not try to resell it. It's really sad. I'm laughing because I think it's sad. Their stores closed down. It's a very nostalgic store for me. I grew up shopping there as a really young girl. And so it's just nostalgic for me. But it's sad because I always tell you all, there are 5 to 10 brands that every single time I go thrifting where I live, I find it. Forever 21 is one of them. And often I find it new with tags and I cannot give it away. Really cute items. I find plus size clothing. I find coats. I find even trendy items like cargo pants. I even found some barrel jeans new with the tags. I ran it in a live sale. Nobody wanted it. I listed them for a year. Nobody wanted them. I sent them to ThredUp. They rejected them and did not list them. I can't give it away. So I don't touch it, friends. I literally don't touch it. 3-4 years ago, if I found it new with the tags, I would pick it up because it would still sell. But now, even new with the tags, I thought maybe with their stores closing, maybe I'd have a better chance of selling it. They don't sell. I don't know. I can't give it away. So I only pick it up if it's something that I'm personally going to wear. I don't even want to gift it. I found these really cute Forever 21 new with the tags dresses, and I was going to gift it to my best friend, but I was like, well, nobody's buying them. I'm wondering if she's going to not like this. So I just ended up donating it to my local women's shelter, which I highly recommend. If you ever have inventory that you are going to donate, local women's shelters or men's shelters too, they need clothing so bad. And my women's shelter does a lot of on-the-job training. They do job interviews at the shelter, job fairs and stuff. It's for women and children. So they'll have job fairs in the cafeteria and they always need stuff. So I do a huge drop off once a month. They always need baby stuff. And you all know I sell everything I've got. I've got diapers and wipes and I have everything. So I just donated it a lot to the women's shelter, and the manager was telling me that the ladies and their teen daughters were loving it because it's cute stuff. By the way, this dress is new with tags Forever 21. I thrifted for $2 at the Goodwill outlet. It's a little big on me. I've told you all this. We're all girls here. YouTube shows me on the back end. I've told you all this that 95% of you are women that watch. Because I have a larger chest. I'm a 34D TMI, maybe. We always get TMI here if you're new. Subscribe if you like to put on videos and feel like you're just hanging out with a girlfriend. Um, so like these baby doll style dresses, I don't really like because my chest is like, you know, out. It's like out here. So then it pushes the dress out. And while it's comfortable, I just end up looking pregnant. And I have no hips, so just like out like this. Anyways, I'm wearing Forever 21. If I find their stuff new with the tags, or not even new with the tags, if it fits me, usually I'll pick it up. I try to stay away from their like synthetic stuff. I'm really trying to move away from wearing a lot of polyester and stuff. So, but this one is actually 90% cotton, which I never find with Forever 21. But yeah, it was new with the tags, 90% cotton, and it was $2. I was like, you know what? It makes me look pregnant, but I don't care. It's comfy. It's a great dress to throw on. So otherwise, I don't pick it up.
Now, this one might shock you. A lot of you that have been around with me since I started live selling 3 years ago and whatnot, I started live selling Skims, and that's literally all I sold live selling for like a year. I was very heavy into Skims. I'm talking like I was spending thousands of dollars buying pallets, like thousands of pieces of Skims every like 2 months. It's just everyone has Skims now. Skims is now being sold at like Nordstrom Rack and certain cities. Live sellers are getting pallets of it from distributors. And Skims just comes out with like 20 million collections now. So it's not as like, it's still a popular brand, but it's not as coveted as it was 3 years ago when I was selling it. So I don't pick up like the shapewear. I used to buy, like I said, I used to buy pallets of it. I stopped doing that a long time ago, but I even see it at Nordstrom Rack and I'm like, it's like literally on sale for $5, retails for $75, but especially live selling, the shapewear just does not hold its value like it used to. Like I used to be able to sell like a shapewear Skims bodysuit for like $50, close to retail sometimes, but 3 years later, especially live selling, you're lucky to get like 20, maybe 25. Listing it, you can, get a bigger profit, but it's going to sit for a long time because so many people have it. So it's just not a brand I pick up anymore unless it's a clothing piece or a very rare collection that they had. Like she had a Swarovski collab, and I have those leggings. They retailed for, I don't even know what they retailed for, but I found sold comps for like $150 to $300. I think I have mine listed like right in the middle at like 180 or something. So stuff like that I will pick up, but like the shapewear, the bras, the underwear, and I can get them for a deal. Like I can get them at $5 a piece, $10 a piece if I buy them in bulk, but I just don't want to go so deep, meaning like I don't want to spend, I have to spend thousands of dollars to get them. That's how liquidation works, friends. If you are new to reselling, the more money you can spend, the lower price per piece they give you. Obviously, they want you to spend more money. So like as long as I'm spending $5,000, I can get Skims at like $5 a piece. But I don't want to sell Skims anymore. It just doesn't sell for what it used to. I'd rather sell a substantial clothing piece for $50. Like I told you, if you are new here, we have a lot of new friends. Hi, welcome in. If you are new and you haven't subscribed, why not? I am here multiple times a week. It is free. We are growing. We're currently close to 20. This has been my fastest growth month on YouTube in a very long time. We gained like 1,000 followers in a month, which is a lot for my little channel. If you are new, join the growing community. Consider subscribing. Like I said, it's free. I'm here multiple times a week. I am going to be starting a series talking about Skims, about reviving my live selling career. So if you are new here and you're interested in live selling, I'm going to have that series coming out in October. But if you're not into live selling, that's just going to be one video a week. I upload multiple videos a week about sourcing and platform updates and brands. I take you to thrift stores. We're going to start going to estate sales soon because I am going to have some time on the weekends. And where I live, like 90% of the estate sales are on the weekends. I think most of them are. So subscribe if you are new. I need to remind everyone to subscribe. And you know, I think another reason I've gained so many subscribers this month is because I have been saying subscribe in every video at least 3 times. And I'm like, why am I doing all this work, filming, editing, and I'm not asking people to subscribe? So I know a lot of you don't care if I ask, so I just say it in multiple videos and it seems to be working. Here's another one, Hurley, Hurley. Never had luck with that brand. I know it's a pretty popular brand. Do they make clothing? Let me look that up. I've only ever found their swimwear. Oh, they make clothing. I can't recall ever finding clothing from them, but they make sweatshirts and everything. Anyways, they don't retail for that much. Like, there's a sweatshirt here for $50. There's a coat here for $75. I mean, it's not like Walmart pricing, but it just does not sell for much on the resale market, at least not for me. If you have luck selling it, let me know in the comments down below. But I had a lot of it and I had it for years. Like, some of that stuff was like 3 or 4 years old and I finally just shipped it off to ThredUp. I'll let you know how it goes. I literally just delisted like 20 items from Hurley that I've had for over 3 years, just sitting there. All of them I got. And I know how old they are too because it says I only paid $1, and we haven't had Dollar Day in Los Angeles since like around 2022, 2023. I can't remember when it went from $1 day to $2 day, but I'm not picking that brand up anymore. This is a brand I actually got in my boutique by the box. What was it called? I filmed a video unboxing it. I'll leave a link to it down below. It was like a premium shoe box, and this was the least favorite shoe I got in there. It's called Western Chief. Apparently it's sold at like Target, and they have their own website. They make a lot of kids stuff, and the ones I had were kids, but they only retail, I shouldn't say only, I mean for kids rain boots $30, but they go on sale for like $15 sometimes. So when someone sent me a $20 offer for these boots that because the price per shoe in that box was expensive. It was like $20 per pair. That was the low. I basically made my money back on those. And I always say, you all know, one of my pet peeves is when I hear resellers say, at least I made my money back. I'm not in this business to make my money back. This is a business. I need to be making a profit on every single thing I sell. That is my goal with reselling. It is never to make my money back. To me, that's a failure. I don't like that. So this is one of the few sales this year where I just made my money back and I was not happy about that. But I will say every other pair of shoes in that box, I made a great profit. There were the boots. I need to rewatch that unboxing because the boots, I can't remember what brand it was, but those gave me the most profit. Like I think I made $150 profit or something. And it had Hoka's in there too. I have a discount code with Boutique by the Box if you're interested. I always link it down below. My favorite box from them is the Lulu's dresses and the Rent the Runway boxes. I love selling Rent the Runway. I have bought pallets of Rent the Runway. That'll probably be my next pallet purchase. I love Rent the Runway. Like, the number one question people asked me about pallets was like, what was your favorite pallet? Rent the Runway. Hands down, I love those palettes. Some of those items require a lot of work. Like I had to take them to the tailor or I had to fix them, but so worth it. So many unique brands. If you don't know, Rent the Runway is a website where you can rent clothing. They also offer monthly memberships. I was a paid member for like 2 or 3 years. I loved it for like work events, for like my real estate events, for healthcare dinners I had to go to at my corporate job. And I would pay like $100 a month to get I think I got 10 outfits a month, which I thought was pretty good. You keep it for like 2 weeks, you send it back, then you can get 5 more. and I loved it for that. But they have like mid-range, like Madewell, they have some J. Crew, all the way up to like obscure designer brands I've never even heard of that retail for thousands of dollars. So they do liquidate a lot of their stuff once they rotate through it. So yeah, hands down my favorite. But Boutique by the Box occasionally will have little boxes from them, and that's the thing. That's what I said. So like liquidation, you're gonna pay per piece. You're gonna pay more when you're buying a little box. But if you have a limited budget and you only have $200 or $300, it's a good way to get some new inventory and not spend thousands of dollars. So that's why I like Boutique by the Box, because I can try out different things without having to spend thousands of dollars. But just keep in mind, you're going to pay more than you would if you could buy 1,000 pieces of that inventory. So I would never pick that brand up again. I didn't even pick that up. I was just sent it in a liquidation box. But if I were out in the wild, I still would not pick that up. But Pam and Gila. This is a very trendy brand that can be very expensive retail. I'm trying to see, oh, they have a brick and mortar store here in LA. Pam and Gila is a California-inspired fashion brand founded by Pamela Skatis, S-K-A-I-S-T, Levy, and Gila Nash Taylor, the acclaimed founders of Juicy Couture. I did not know that. I just knew that it was a very trendy brand that can be very expensive, and it launched in 2012 following the successful work with Juicy Couture, a California chic aesthetic that blends laid-back femininity with a rocker edge. It's hard to talk for me. I'm filming this at 9 o'clock at night, and you already know I wake up at between 4 and 5 every day. There is a Pam and Gila dress listed on Poshmark for $469, and it's not even new. Anywho, the brand retails for a lot, but the sell-through rate on some of their stuff is just, like, you can literally get the same dress that this person has listed on Poshmark for $400. It's also currently listed on the RealReal for $27. Okay, so that person has just lost it. But anyways, they retail for a ton. It's super saturated. And I recently sold a sweater from them that retailed for like over $300, and I sold it for $35. So I guess that brand should come with a caveat. I picked it up because it was from the Goodwill outlet, and it was 100% like, it was like 50% silk and 50%, it just felt really nice. It looked good. But just be careful with that brand. I can't say I'm never going to pick it up, but I'm looking at the RealReal. Like, they have stuff marked down to like $10 from this brand. I will say I personally like wearing their stuff. Really good quality. I have a sweater dress from them that I thrifted like 6 years ago, and that thing is still growing. It's still great. So I personally like wearing the brand a lot. It's very trendy, but just be careful. It's one of those brands very similar to All Saints. No, actually All Saints is one of those brands that retails for a lot, and the resale may not be as high as the retail, obviously, but it's just one of those brands that after like a year I get a full price sale. So that's why I'm picky with that brand, All Saints, like I told you, but I still pick it up. But this brand can sit for 2 years and then you only make $30. Like, that's not worth it to me, you know? I don't want anything to sit that long, but I definitely, if it's gonna sit that long, I'd rather make $100 profit than 30. So I don't know, just be careful with that brand. And comps are all over the place. Like, here's a 100% silk top listed. It's listed on Poshmark for $28. Then someone else has it listed for $52 on eBay. And then someone else has the exact same shirt listed on eBay for $20. All different sellers. So you see what I mean? But it's very cute, trendy stuff. So I wear it a lot. I probably have like 10 pieces from them. All of it I've thrifted. But just be careful, because a lot of people find that brand and they get excited because sometimes it's sold at Revolve and you're like, oh, this is going to be money. It's all an illusion, friends, just because it retails. This is the number one advice I give to, well, it's probably like top 5 advice things I give to new resellers is just because it retails for a lot does not mean it resells for a lot, because a lot of people get so excited and they're like, oh my gosh, I found this item that retailed for $600. and then you can only resell it for 20. And that happens a lot, sadly. A lot of things don't hold their value if they're not new. Hopefully you found this helpful. Let me know. That reminds me, I have a video to edit because a newer reseller recently came to me and said, if you were to start all over, like you were brand new, starting selling on Poshmark and eBay in 2026, what advice would you give to yourself? Knowing everything you know now after doing this for so long. And I was like, that is a great video idea, because I get this question so often. Why am I not putting all of this knowledge into a video? I've told you all, this year has been like an awakening for me, that I'm like, I think everyone knows all these things that are in my head about reselling, but maybe they don't. And then every time I post a video, one of you will say, I didn't know that, Nikki, thank you. I'm like, you know what? That makes it all worth it. Sitting on the floor, filming a video while I'm delusional at 9 o'clock at night. That makes it all worth it. At least I helped one person. So that video is coming out soon. I've already filmed it. I just need to edit it. So I like to post those videos closer to the end of the year, because there are a lot of people that set, you know, like New Year's resolutions, like I'm going to start reselling part-time on Poshmark and eBay. And so those videos do really well, like end of year, beginning of a new year, like top tips for reselling in 2026. So for those of you that are content creators, I don't think many of you are. I don't know, if you have a YouTube channel or an Instagram and you care to share it, promote yourself down below. Live sellers, Instagrammers, TikTokers, YouTubers, let me know in the comments. I always just assume most of you are just resellers with no social media, but maybe I shouldn't assume that. I know a couple. Actually, you know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm just chatting. If you've made it this far, you're a friend, subscribe. I do this at the end of every video. I just start yapping away. I thought that most people that watched me, like I said, were resellers with like no social media or anything. And you know what opened my eyes to that not being the case is when I started live selling. And I would go into people's live sales and they'd be like, oh my God, NikkiBeautyBlis? I'm like, how do they know me? First of all, I need to get it together. I know that I call you friends and I'd love to chat with you all in the comments, but let's be so for real. It is me talking to a camera. So it's kind of odd when live selling came along and I would go in to like a live show and buy something or say something and someone like, are you NikkiBeautyBlis? I'm like, how do they know who I am? I'm like, oh duh, you have a YouTube channel. And then I started realizing, oh, a lot of these like reselling content creators actually follow me. Fun. I just assumed most of you are, you know, resellers without social media. But if you do have social media, drop it in the comments, because I'd love to follow you. I'm always looking to follow new people. Instagram, TikTok, like I said, YouTube. Promote yourself. Let's all follow each other. I'm always looking to follow people. So yeah, that's... And did I tell you all, I've been meeting a lot more people in public, and I'm like, how do you know me? Recently, I met someone at the thrift store on $2 Day. Hey, Desiree. I always remember your names. If you tell me your names, I remember your names. I told you all the story about the mom when I was dropping my son off at preschool, and I literally looked like, I was going to say a crackhead, but I don't want to offend any former crackheads. I just looked bad, okay? It was bad. Like breast milk coming out of my shirt. I was dripping. Like my hair, my extensions were like, oh, it's so bad. And then she just looks like a supermodel. Like, are you NikkiBeautyBlis? And I'm thinking, no. Who's she? I don't know who NikkiBeautyBlis is. I have like a 1-year-old just hanging off the boob. My 4-year-old's like, who's Nikki? If you're new here, my 4-year-old's looking up at me. He's like, who's NikkiBeautyBlis? And he's like, he looks at her. After she walks away, we talked for a minute. I'm so sorry if you're watching this video. I wasn't trying to be rude. I just felt so subconscious because you look so gorgeous and I just look like... And my 4-year-old's like, Mommy, he looks me up and down like this. He's like, maybe you should get dressed up like she does, because if people are going to be noticing you, you shouldn't look like this. I'm just thinking, if you don't get into school, I'm gonna squirt this breast milk in your eye. Get out of here. Anyways, I should go, friends. If I haven't scared you off and you've had a chuckle or you've learned anything, subscribe. I am your girl to put on photographing, listing, driving. One of you commented that you watch with your daughters, and it just, I can't remember your name, but it just made my day that you watch with your daughters. And I was like, this is why I don't cuss. I don't want to cuss. I just want to be like fun. You could put me on with your kids around. They're going to be like, who's that cuckoo lady? I'm very I'm very family friendly. I have to go. I'm losing it. Subscribe.